So good afternoon, welcome to Twist Lane, welcome to round 3 of the Barla County Championship Under-19s for 2018. Matt Horton and Alan Coleman here this afternoon. Coming up at 3 o'clock, it's the Open Age Decider. Tight as a drum in that competition. It's also tight in the Under-19s at the moment. Just a reminder of what's happened so far. Cumbria defeated Yorkshire in the first week by 20 points to 18. Lancashire last week up at Millom getting the better of Cumbria by 32 points to 22. So it's pretty simple here. A win for Lancashire will give them the title, but Yorkshire need to win by 6 points or more if they are to claim the crown. We'll run through the Yorkshire side. First at 1 is Ryan Johnson, 2 James Walker, 3 Connor Pava, 4 the captain Jordan Bull, 5 Ryan Hilton, 6 Ben Howe, 7 Jordan Page, 8 Owen Brock, 9 Eddie Wilcock, 10 Declan Nicholson, 11 Mark Sellers, 12 Drew Judge Clark, and 13 is Luke Whittaker. On the bench, Robbie Powell, George Hurst, Charlie Hanforth and Oliver Williams. And with his big involvement, I'll let Alan run through the Lancashire side here this afternoon.
Cheers for that. Just starting with the Lancashire team. At 1 we've got Lewis Gartland, 2 Brad Holroyd, 3 Oliver Crompton, 4 Brandon Wood, 5 Ethan Jones. The halfbacks for today at 17, wearing 17 jerseys, Gary McMahon, 7 Callum Coleman. And then we've got 8 Harry Darby, 9 Josh Yates, 10 Ben Holmes, 11 Kieran Taylor, 12 Matty McGowan, and at 13, and your captain for Lancashire is Louis Brogan. The interchanges for Lancashire at 14 Kieran Moore, 15 Adam Carr, 16 Josh Rourke, and wearing jersey 20 is Lewis Martin.
Cheers, Alan. You were up at Millom last week in some pretty appalling weather. After Cumbria's win over Yorkshire in week 1, good to get over the top and notch the victory on the board.
Yeah, it was a difficult game under difficult conditions. I thought Lancashire looked to play very early, and I think you'll see that today in today's game. But they did what they had to do. It wasn't pretty, but they got the win very much. And it's all about home form in these series. I think if you can win home games, you're near enough there.
And they always say the sun shines on the righteous, and the sun is out here in Leigh this afternoon. It's not the warmest of afternoons, but it's good conditions for some attractive rugby league here this afternoon.
Yeah, fantastic conditions. I think we picked the coldest spot, to be honest, but other than that, the sun's shining, the pitch is dry, and as you can see, it's in great condition. I think we're in for a fantastic afternoon of rugby.
Yorkshire in the black kit this afternoon, Lancashire in the predominantly white with the red V. Just having a look through the programme notes to see you've had a special visitor in camp this week. The legend that's Des Drummond has been in and around the boys this week. How's that gone?
Des is a great bloke. He does quite a bit of work at Leigh Miners, doing stuff on and off the field. I know he's been down training this week with the Lancashire boys, so a bit of inspirational stuff, fantastic character, so hopefully he'll give him that extra bit that will carry him over the line.
Do you reckon he could still do a job?
Certainly.
The legend never dies, eh?
Correct. I know, I think if he did some sprint classes, he'd probably be at front of them all at the moment. He's in fantastic condition for his age, Des is.
Memories of my youth, watching Des Drummond flying down the wing, whether it be in the cherry and white of Leigh or in the primrose and blue of Warrington. So we're just getting the formalities underway.
It's going to be, I think it's going to be really interesting today. Like we spoke before we went on air, I think it's going to be a real physical battle. I think Yorkshire will look to dominate the middle of the park, and I think Lancashire will look to exploit them edges and play wide. So really interesting how this game goes today.
You've got that team sheet. There we go. We're going to stay as we are then, so it will be Lancashire who will get us underway, kicking from right to left in this first half. Good crowd here at Twist Lane. For those of you who are wondering where we are, we're probably about half a mile down the road from the Sports Village, aren't we? If you get to the Sports Village and keep going, you will eventually bump into the Miners' ground on the right hand side as you're heading into town. It will be Lewis Gartland who will get us underway. Sorry, Alan?
No, I was just saying, if you come from the Sports Village, like you just said, Matt, and as you come over the bridge, you can see it on your right hand side, so it's a facility that's dead easy and accessible to get to.
So we are underway here at Twist Lane on the Our League app. It's the first of 2 games here this afternoon, and Yorkshire will have first use of the football.
I think what's really important as well is that when he went to Cumbria, I think Lancashire completed the first 5 or 6 sets and puts them in a really
And there's
good
a first
form.
error already.
Yeah.
And Lancashire have forced the error from Yorkshire on that first set, and they're going to get decent field position from 25 out. And I presume the coaches will have spoken about the start and how crucial it is to start big, isn't it?
Yeah, and you know, in any game of rugby league, it's important that, you know, you're composed and you make your team work. Fortunately for Lancashire, though, Yorkshire's put themselves under real pressure straight away within the first minute of the game.
So here they go then with McMahon, and McMahon with the long ball out as Crompton drops into the line. Brandon Wood at dummy half in the headgear, gets it to Darby.
They look to play here now. You can see the shape they're setting up with. They're going to look to play straight away, and they're going on the short side.
They'll go short, and it's an error from Kieran Taylor, and Yorkshire have got it back, and they'll get the 0 tackle from there. So Yorkshire inside their own 20 will look to clear the lines as Ryan Johnson gets in from fullback to help out.
I think Yorkshire might will learn from the first set. It's really important to get out of this yardage area, so they've got to complete, I think, and you know, put Lancashire under a bit of pressure in their yardage, and they'll look to kick early, and they have done.
With Ben Howe of the Durham Valley Bulldogs as Lewis Gartland fields, and he will get brought to ground 10 short of halfway as Josh Yates at dummy half pops it up to the captain.
Matty McGowan, that I think.
To McGowan on halfway. Look to shift early. It's good hands as Brandon Wood tries to get down the edge, and Yorkshire defence have slid and well, but 12 inside the Yorkshire half are Lancashire as Yates at dummy half again will go infield to McMahon, and McMahon will let Ben Holmes have his first carry.
I think they're looking to play again here, Matt, and they did this in Cumbria, straight from the word go, they look to play.
That's had enough. Penalty deep in the tackle count, and that will hurt Yorkshire.
Josh! Dead.
And the instruction is to run, but to build on this early possession do the Red Rose. As Taylor gets it out, and they're in at the corner. Ethan Jones, great short side off that penalty. Lancashire are in at the corner.
Somebody's down there though.
And Alan, that's just the start that the Red Rose needed.
Yeah, and like I said before when we were speaking, Matt, this team will look to play, no disrespect. They're a team full of players, and they just want to do the basics and the good stuff right, and they do. They look to play no matter if they're doing yardage or it's the first tackle. They will look to exploit and play. They'll look at numbers, and I think, like I said to you before, the exciting thing is if Yorkshire do it, we're in for a fantastic game.
So Gaz McMahon has the kicking duties for Lancashire this afternoon. Not an easy one to start off with, in the shadows being cast by the trees, which are, well, more or less bare. There's still a few leaves knocking about for the middle of November. So McMahon left-footed then off this near touchline with the conversion attempt. Sliced that, pushed it away, but Lancashire lead here by 4 points to 0 on the hourly gap here at Twist Lane. And there's a big team talk going on there behind the post with the Yorkshire boys.
I think it's just a basic instruction, really. You know, they've got to be real squeaky clean, especially giving penalties away in their own 25. It's criminal, especially against a team who we know we like to play. So I think what's important for Yorkshire is they do the basics and they get out of that area and put Lancashire under pressure. They need to put them under pressure.
All the area has been in that Lancashire half so far in this time we've had elapsed. 5 gone here at Twist Laners.
Good kick.
Ben Howe gets us underway high. Swirling kick, well dealt with though. Well taken in, heavy traffic. by Callum Coleman, and Lancashire are on the roll again. Couple short of halfway. Good quick play of the ball, and
great meters.
Darby crosses halfway, and 4 Yorkshire players committed into that tackle already, as Yates waits at dummy half, goes to the right hand side. The drop off here is Matty McGowan coming back across the grain. 23 out. It's Yates at dummy half to the left hand side. That's Kieran Taylor again. He was instrumental in creating that opening try as last tackle. One of Lancashire got up the sleeve here, 5 out. Crossfield kick. It's a great kick. It's lost in the sun. It's been batted back, and it's going to be a goal line dropout. It's great cover on that far side from Ryan Hilton of Skirler. He's done really well to get that ball out, but this pressure's going to keep building and building and building.
Yeah, and you know, you can only do so much, so it's really important, you know, that they're praying for an error from Lancashire, because if you're defending sets to 6 repetitively, you know, something will give. So it's really important that they try to force an error, I think. If Lancashire can sustain the completion rate they're doing, it's going to be real tough for Yorkshire.
So goal line dropout will be taken by Ben Howitts. Decent distance, it's got to the 40-metre line, and here is Harry Darby winding up for the Red Rose.
I think they're looking to play again, Matt, straight away on the first play. Luke, if you look, they're looking, the ball's going wide, Luke.
Into the line comes Lewis Gartland, but that's a great read.
Great defence
from Ryan Hilton. Lancs go again. Here is the captain, Lewis Brogan. Reminds me very much of Chris Hill, the way he runs, as goes out to the right hand side. Here comes the Red Rose again. Huge gap. Oh, just short is Matty McGowan.
If they look on the short side, I think they've one defender there.
6 on 1.
You've got to be careful.
6 on 2. Here they go. Long ball's the one. Here it is, in at the corner, and Lancashire will get a second try. Brad Holroyd gets in at the corner. Simple numbers game at that corner, Alan, and Lancashire taking advantage of it.
Yeah, and I think that comes from a great carry from Matty McGowan in the back row. He takes a lot of stopping, he wins the floor, he plays the ball quick, and unfortunately for Yorkshire, they can't get across quick enough to defend it. So I think a big rap for me there personally would be the back row with the carry and the quick play of the ball.
Lots of offensive wins in that set as well, wasn't there? Yorkshire just aren't controlling the ruck speed, are they? No,
and if you notice how Lancashire are playing, they're playing one place, they go across the field, play again, they'll go back to the middle, they're pulling them from left to right, and space will create somewhere, and I think that's how they're looking to play today.
So, great start for the Red Rose here. About 9 minutes gone here at Twist Lane. Not making life easy for Gaz McMahon though, are they?
No.
Scoring corners.
Gary can kick a ball, you know, I've coached Gary for a couple of times, and he can certainly kick a ball, but like you said, they're not making it an easy afternoon for him. Hopefully, has he got it?
That one's got a chance. Great kick from Gaz McMahon. 10-0 then.
I think if you look at Lancashire as well, Matt, they're just the completions.
Oh, knock on. Just dropped the ball as he was getting to his
Commentators curse yet again, but I was just going to say the completions have been really good, as the coaches would be very happy with that. But unfortunately, they're not to be. I think also they've been clinical. Every opportunity they've got something from it, you know, and that's really important in this sport.
So, first time Yorkshire have had decent field position so far here. It's going to be the Fev Lion Connor Pava to feed the scrum. It's nice to see a back line at a scrum without a prop forward in it as well. But there's a second row now, which is Drew Judge Clark.
This is really important now for Yorkshire. They've got to get something from this for me. They've got to put a statement to Lancashire to say, look,
Owen Brock,
we're having a go at you. And I think it's important they make Lancashire defend and make them work.
And they've got a penalty for offside. Too keen. Knowing they had to put the minutes work in. And Yorkshire will roll with Declan Nicholson, 10 out. As Wilcock jumps from dummy half. We'll get a couple away from the liners. Yorkshire then, first time in good field position. Look to test this Lancashire defence with Mark Sellers. As Wilcock at dummy half goes the short side to Howe, and line speed good from the Red Rose. Howe forced into taking the tackle, still a couple short, and going to try and sneak. Oh, it's pinched one. Eddie Wilcock from dummy half. Referee points to the spot, and Yorkshire, first time down in that Lancashire 20-metre line, have struck back. It's Lancashire 10, Yorkshire 4.
Yeah, and Eddie Wilcox, I've coached Eddie, and Eddie's one of them. He'll go anything on a win, Eddie'll go. So, you know, they've got to be aware of that, and quick thinking from the little fella. He's seen the spot and he's gone and took his try real well.
But error, penalty. It's inviting pressure, isn't it?
It's just the game switched, hasn't it? It was Yorkshire doing it, and Lancashire got the points. Now Lancashire's done it, and Yorkshire's got the points. So it's really important that, you know, you squeaky clean with sport before. So be interested to see how Lancashire respond to this now for the next 5-10 minutes.
What little breeze there is, Yorkshire are kicking into it in this first half. We've seen that in both kickoffs from Ben Howe holding up into the wind. As a couple of the Yorkshire subs warm up down to our right hand side here on the Hour League app. Don't forget, coming up 3 o'clock, the Open Age Decider, where any one of 3 teams could win. Well, any one of 2 teams could win it, but what order they'll finish in, nobody knows.
And that is a tough game to call, to be honest, after watching last week's and the game before. It'll be interesting. Here's
the conversion turn, waved away, not happy is Ben Howe, but here on the Hour League app, 12 and a bit minutes gone, it's 10-4 in favour of Lancashire. Oh, there goes my team sheet. It's gone. It's fallen off. Bottle of water's fallen off.
I'll ask the gentleman.
So another kick that's bounced. That has been taken
got it back
by Holroyd. Great kick off.
We spoke about how they respond, Matt, and I think they have responded here now. So, you know, they're back on the attack, and Brogan looks to break the line.
2 away from the line. Can Lancashire hit straight back here? They're in prime position. Dummy and go from McMahon. He's over, is he? Yes, he is.
He's in there.
Gaz McMahon is in, and Lancashire have hit straight back. Every kickoff's bounced more or less, hasn't it? There's a lesson for both sides here, isn't there?
Yeah, you know, the old saying is never let a ball bounce. Sometimes it's hard not to, but, you know, it's important and how they hit back, and they've certainly hit back in the right way the coach, Gary McMahon, would have wanted them to do.
14-4 then, Lancashire lead here at Twist Lane. Bit of barracking for Alan from
some of the guys. I've coached them, yeah. I've coached them.
So to try and convert his own try. Perfect, straight down the middle from Gaz McMahon. Quarter of an hour gone here at Twist Lane in this under-19s county championship game, and Lancashire lead by 16 points to 4.
It just shows in this game how, you know, how Yorkshire's really had a go and you know, been under pressure, and then they've got down there and asked questions of Lancashire and got some joy from it. Just when they think they're back in the game, something like that, and it gets taken away straight away. All the hard work from me has gone out the window at times.
Big credit to the Yorkshire boys for managing to get here on time today. M62's been shut this morning between 22 and here's another kick-off gone short. Another one's bounced and another one claimed back, and it's becoming a pattern of the game as James Walker drops on that one for Yorkshire. As can the White Rose hit straight back? Very end-to-end at the moment.
Yeah, and it's really important now how Yorkshire, you know, they've got to put Lancashire under pressure. If they don't score, maybe a repeat set from something, so they're constantly in this area making Lancashire work.
Wilcock at dummy half, then comes to the right to Nicholson. Here is it's been knocked on by Jordan Pagger. It's gone backwards though as
Wilcock
go again. It's last tackle. It's with Ben Howe, goes crossfield, kicking into the sun, used the elements. So it's been collected by Connor Pava, and Connor Pava is not in. He's going to be held up by the referee.
Great cover, great kick from Yorkshire, fantastic offensive kick. But you know, for credit to Lancashire, there, you know, they've worked really hard to keep him from scoring.
And using, well, the sun's right behind us here, isn't it? It's an effective crossfield kick, isn't it, in these conditions?
And like you said, Matt, I think kicking's really important in today's game. I think you've seen both teams have got some joy from kicking, so it's a big part of the game, I think.
16-4, Lancashire lead here. As it stands, the trophy is theirs. Here is the Lancashire captain, Lewis Brogan. 12 short of halfway. It's going to be a penalty, too long. Second effort.
And we know what we get from penalties, Matt. We spoke before, so you know discipline's got to be a key factor today in this game. I don't think Yorkshire can afford to keep giving penalties. It will come back to haunt them, I think. So it's really important to keep the discipline.
Owen Brock penalised there, and we'll start on halfway with Taylor. Josh Yates from St Patrick's waits at dummy half, gets it to Harry Darby, who's on home turf this afternoon. Quite a few of the Lancashire team play their club football here. Is again looking to shift early. Here is Gartland into the line, and Gartland just hangs on. And he's going to rule a knock on. That's one of them that could have gone either way, isn't it?
I think they've been let off there, really, you know, right under pressure again on the line, and then an error from Lancashire. So, you know, I think Martin, the Yorkshire coach, will be happy with that. Bit of relief there from defending constantly.
We'll give them another shout during the afternoon, but well done to the boys in Fiji on Wednesday, bringing home the bacon. Wonder if any of the lads are on the Hour League app tuning in from the Fijian capital of Suva. Good luck in your next game. Yeah,
I watched a bit of the game. The highlights was posted, and you know, conditions are very hot and humid, and fair play to the guys. They stuck in there and got the win what they needed.
So the Yorkshire bench now questioning the speed of the play of the ball, as Nicholson is 5 short of halfway, as one of the White Rose got up the sleeve this time, as Whittaker is just inside, and I think he's going to give a penalty to Yorkshire now. He is.
Brandon, that's our last one.
I think discipline at times is costing both teams, you know, in key areas at field, and you know they've got to defend another set of 6, so it's really important they get this sorted, and that's for both teams, I think.
So Yorkshire will start 40 out from the line, as Ryan Johnson with the first carry. Time for the big fellas. Owen Brock from Lock Lane. Here's his clubmate Wilcock at dummy half. To the right to Nicholson. Into Jordan. Trying to get out to that right side.
Lost the ball there, Matt.
Not that on. Not quite sure.
Yeah, he's lost the ball there.
Lost it. So we'll pack the scrum 10 away from the line. Just over 20 minutes gone here on the Hour League app.
I think the game's at a bit of a stalemate at the moment, hasn't it? You know, error. Both teams, I think, whichever team can say, you know what, we're going to go error-free for 5 or 10 minutes, I think they'll be the most successful, that kind of thing, you know, and dominate the game.
It's a good carry from Brandon Wood. Here is Ethan Jones in to help out while the forwards get reorganised. Well, Yates gets to more or less halfway. Here is Harry Darby on the charge again. It's another good run from Harry Darby. He's making plenty of
short side here. They're going to go short side here, Matt. Oh, they've not.
Not gone short. Don't need to. Here they go again. Here's
great
Gartland
play,
into
great
the line.
shape
Gartland
from them.
To that right-hand side. Here is Holroyd down that right-hand side.
He's
Brad
going to
Holroyd
finish that.
looking
He
for a
has
second,
done.
and he has done. Great finish from Brad Holroyd. Second try of the afternoon for him. And Lancashire lead by 20 points to 4. The disappointment on the Lancashire coaches bench when it didn't go short side that time may well just be tempered by the way that Lewis Gartland's chimed into the line there to set Brad Holroyd up.
Yeah, and you know what? I called it myself. It's just that I know how they play and I know the shape, and it's very similar to what we do at England. And what when you've got 3 on a short side, which was it's a prime chance to go. But you know what? Fair credit to them. The guys on the field made the call, overruled the coaches, as we said, and they took it. They took the chances, and it worked. It paid for them. But no easy kick for Gary again.
No, no. Although he nailed the last one, to be fair to him.
Well, it's just nice to see, you know, and we all like to see rugby how it's played. And I think there you saw some absolute quality, how going to the line, playing, and like you said, Gartland at fullback chiming in, gives the winger, but it was no easy feat for the winger. He took some finishing and he took his try real well.
A couple of changes for Lancashire. Adam Carr in 15 is getting out there as Ben Holmes goes for a breather. It's about the time when the coaches will be looking to rotate the big men.
Yeah, I think you'll see maybe Kieran Moore, the 9 off the bench, coming on very shortly, you know, and defences again fatigued, and maybe a bit of chance for another 9 to come on and exploit that areas. So that'll be, I think they'll be looking at that shortly. Same with Yorkshire.
Will they just go with a straight swap on, or will they put 2 9s out there to create more havoc?
No, I think they'll be straight swap. I think you'll see Josh Yates at 9 come off, Kieran Moore for Lancashire come on. And they're both very similar. They're both great 9s, and make Kieran maybe might go to the line a little bit more, and teams look to that, especially in interchange.
So
just heard the coach say then, he just said give me a big 5, so I think in 5 you'll see that change.
Right, let's see if a team can deal with a kick-off, which
Yeah.
hasn't been the most successful of things all afternoon. It's gone a lot deeper and a lot higher. It's held up in the wind and it's well claimed and gets away. Callum Coleman taking control of things there. Yeah, it's at dummy half. Here is Harry Darby again.
See, if you look at Yorkshire now, they're numbering on the short side before because they know what the opportunities are. So if they do that, you'll see Lancashire go open and look to exploit the open side.
Kind of played it as Yates goes from dummy half, gets over halfway, and again Lancashire making easy meters. Here's the skipper, Louis Brogan.
Them's easy yards. They shouldn't be getting yards like that, no disrespect, but Yorkshire have got to be better than that and stop that yardage.
Last tackle. Going to go through the hands. Here is Holroyd, and Holroyd puts a little kick over. It's going to find the grass.
He's got it. Adam Carr.
And Adam Carr is going to get the try. 5th try of the afternoon for Lancashire. There we go.
I think Tom Wood had a big influence on that interchange then. I heard him calling it at the sideline.
The Lancashire coaching staff trying to. Do you want to get up here and join us? No. But again,
Kicks.
Confidence to go through the hands, isn't it?
Yeah.
On that last tackle, and then Tom Holroyd turns from try scorer to try creator.
Yeah. And you know, you see it at every level in this sport. You know, people automatically think last tackle would kick. I think sometimes Lancashire there's asked questions and gone to run it. Brad sees a man in front of him, knows there's no joy, and he puts the kick in finally, and it's paid dividends.
So 24-4 to Lancashire here at the moment. We'll give Gaz McMahon a bit more of a chance for this one. Yep, he stuck the flags up here at Twist Lane. 26 minutes gone. 26-4 to Lancashire at the moment.
They need to pick themselves up, the Yorkshire guys here, you know, and they've got to get themselves back in this game. You know, no matter how they do it, they've just got to get themselves back in this game.
Kind of didn't go right from the first set, did it, with the error?
Yeah, and you know, when you're on back of things like that, it's difficult. You know, this is what shows with character in players and in teams, and it's really important. Like I said, they try to get back into this somehow.
Here's Harry Darby again as Yates at dummy half.
But the meters, Matt, they're making too much meters. No disrespect, you know. 2 carries, they're nearly on the 40, so you know they've got to stop that. They've got to get off the line. I think line speed's a big thing for Yorkshire. It's not there at the moment, and look, it's the same again. Easy meters there for Lancashire.
Brogan is 12 short of that halfway line as Yates waits at dummy half inside the 40. It's a kick from McMahon. That's just going to have probably a roll too many on it, and it will be a 7-tackle set.
See, for me, though, I don't think they need to kick. The meters they're making, you know, they don't need to kick. You know, I think if they run it, they'll get more joy from that.
Referee not happy. So Yorkshire, ball in hand. Lewis Martin is up and ready to go for Lancashire as Wilcock from dummy half. Here's one of the Yorkshire substitutes, Oliver Williams, who gets over halfway. They'll try the short side now with Judge Clark.
From Yorkshire. This is much better. You know, the meters they're getting, they're bustling the line, they're winning the ruck, so hopefully they might be able to play on the back of it.
It's a good shot though on Whittaker. Last tackle. 30 out as they'll go high with Jordan Pagger. It's not the best kick, gets another one on it. And Gartland forced to cover, and good cover.
I think, like we spoke before,
from
Matt,
Lewis Gartland.
Lancashire's going to look to change the 9 they have done, so we'll see Kieran Moore come on now, and hopefully you'll see a little bit of different structure from Lancashire. I think he probably will go a little bit more, so Yorkshire have got to be aware of that.
Straight into the action, but Brandon Wood is the man with the carry. Stunning analysis from Josh Yates as he gets to the bench. Can't repeat it. If you did hear it, we do apologise.
They're looking to play already, and they've gone round the back again.
Gartland in from out the back down the right hand side to Crumpton, and he'll get to halfway, and confidence oozing through.
Struggling to get back as well. Oh, bit of pressure there on the half.
He's on the last tackle, looking to go through the hands again.
As well. Great option.
Crumpton just couldn't get the kick away. Then it's knocked on, and well, I think he's going to play on. Not quite sure what happened. Hang on. It's going to be.
Yeah, he's giving it Lancashire there. The decision's gone.
Yep.
Knock on from Yorkshire.
Here's a change.
Lewis Martin's coming on for Lancashire. Yeah.
This will be for Harry Darby, will it? Maybe.
So definitely be a middle. Yeah, it is Harry. You're right,
Harry, and he's put a good opening stint in as Harry has.
Very good. Yeah, he's a kid who plays down at this club, and he's a great kid. He's a battler, and he's a winner, and he's certainly done his job so far today. But Lewis Martin, he's come on for him. Lewis is a powerhouse, and he's an impact player. So, like I said, Lancashire will be looking for his impact now.
So they'll start 30 out on the short side. Here's Holroyd for a hat-trick, gets away from 1, from 2, but the cover comes from Oliver Williams. But here come the Red Rose again with Coleman. Here's the captain, Brogan. 3 out in centre field.
Options going to look to play here well. And there's Martin,
for the big
and
man,
he's in.
Lewis Martin, first touch of the football, and he's over for a 6th Lancashire try of the game, and Lancashire lead by 30 points to 4 here at Twist Lane. Somewhere around half an hour gone here as well, and well, bang on half an hour gone.
You know how the game's going. Yorkshire could be in for a bit of a long afternoon here.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
know, like I said, the meters they're making, Lancashire's meters they're making. Yeah, the line speed for me, you know, we're just watching the try on a bit of delay what we're seeing. And
Here's McMahon with the conversion attempt, sticks the flags up here. 32-4 now in favour of Lancashire.
Yeah, like I said, Matt, just watching that bit back, what we just got off Terry, the line speed's not good enough for Yorkshire, and that's where they're really struggling. You know, they're not getting off the line, and the meters Lancashire are making is too much, and it's paying dividends for them.
How do the Yorkshire trainers get a different message out there?
I think it's got to come within the team as well. You know, the coach can advise and tell you, but within your own team and your own ability as players, you've got to regroup and show that that bite and that hunger to get back in it.
Another change for Yorkshire. Oliver Williams just leaving, just holding the back of the leg as Charlie Hanforth from Eastmoor Dragons gets out there. As McGowan takes it in for Lancashire on the 30-metre liners. Moore at dummy half, in the hands of Coleman, who tries to switch direction and trying to get the arms free to offload. And there's Moore at dummy half. It's back inside the 40 from McMahon. It's going to be a
great kick, but you know, we've got to applaud the winger though. He's backtracked and read it well, and you know.
It's a great chase from Ollie Crompton though, and Yorkshire will again at the wrong end of the field as Ryan Johnson takes it in, and now he's passed that after he's called held, so we'll go back for the play the ball. And on the back of the scoreline at the moment, obviously 32-4, they look disorganised in attack now, Yorkshire, don't they?
Yeah, and that probably comes from all the defending they've had to do, you know, and it is difficult because you're putting a lot of energy to stop the opposition, and then when you've got the ball, you're really low on it, and as you said, Matt, you can see it, but great break from young Jordan Parger there.
Jordan Parger gets through the line and calls Lewis Gartland into action. Couple left in the set. They'll go the left-hand side with Howe, and Howe decides the kick is the best option. It is a decent kick and safety first.
Read it well, great kick. And like I said, winger Brad Holroyd's had a great game this afternoon. You know, he's took his tries well, but defensively though, he's helped his team massively there and read the situation well.
And it's good vision from Ben Howe, knowing that Lewis Gartland's involved in that last tackle to put that kick through as well.
Clever. You know, and that's why they're halfbacks, because you know they read the game really well, and it's really important how they react from it, and he's reacted really well there. Great decision.
So, in no rush to get back underway. Here on the Hour League app, 32-4 Lancashire lead if you are just joining us. It's Matt Horton and Alan Coleman with you here this afternoon.
Oh,
nutmegged.
You know, and for me, the young halfback there, Jordan, should have took that ball and cleaned it up. You know, and the meters they got.
One-on-one. But I think the first thing is going to be just a little bit of a high shot. Got away with one there.
Yeah, definitely. But you know, in Yorkshire's favour, and they're good areas now. You know, it's important how they test them now. Certainly, they've got to complete the set. That's a must.
Here's Judge Clark as Wilcock waits at dummy half.
He's been
right hand side. It's a good ball. Here comes Yorkshire with Jordan Bull, the captain.
He's asked questions today, young Wilcock at 9. He's been real good for Yorkshire. Everything they've done good, he's been behind it, I think.
Here's Hanforth. He's a couple away from the line. Trying to barge the way over. The Lancashire defence will muscle up. Lewis Brun, the captain, leading the way as Wilcox pops it up, and it's been put down.
It's an error again.
And it's another error. It's a free play, and there's no advantage. And we'll come back for the scrum 10 metres out. Despite everything, I've only got Yorkshire down for 4 hours so far.
Right.
4 hours to 3, Yorkshire.
But in big areas,
like
areas, you know, when they could get something from Lancashire on the in good ball, they probably made an error, but in their own yardage, they made errors as well. So, you know, even though it's a small number, they're in important places at field.
So, Lancashire try the short side on the scrum. And it's Brandon Wood. Nearly dropped that. Did well to hang on to that. As Kieran Moore goes from dummy half. Here is McMahon looking to shift early again. He'll go short this time though to Kieran Taylor. Here's the captain Brogan. Just falls a couple inside the Yorkshire half as Moore at dummy half. Back to McMahon.
Kicked early again there, Lancashire, for me. You know what?
It's going to let this bounce. This could go anywhere.
Oh.
He's taking a Yorkshire bounce and it's gone dead.
I don't think they need to kick early. I really don't. I think they're asking a hell of a lot of questions. They're difficult to defend against, and they're kicking on 3, sometimes 4. You know, for me, they should be playing the sets out.
Yorkshire looking to get Declan Nicholson back out there. Third 7-tackle set that Yorkshire have had so far in this first half. Good tackle. Great tackle.
Great defence. Great. Fantastic technique there. He's put him to the floor.
As George Hurst takes it in. Declan Nicholson is back out there. Here is Owen Brock now for Yorkshire. They'll try this right hand side with Parger and just a big white wall in front of him. Nowhere for
last tackle.
Half to go on the last tackle.
Oh, he's been caught with it. The 9's been caught with it.
And that's going to be.
And that's his first hour of the game. He's been real good for Yorkshire. He's been their standout player for me, young Wilcock.
And he's going to give the turnover. Just lost his footing as well, didn't he?
Yeah, and that doesn't help. I think he looked to go and exploit the gap, but unfortunately, like you said, he lost his footing and it was costly for them.
Here's Brandon Wood.
Oh, he's give stealing there. He's give stealing.
Penalty for Lancashire.
Big couple of minutes now. I think there's 2 minutes, Matt. About 2 minutes left, and it's massive part of the game. This Yorkshire need, and it's a must to keep Lancashire out.
Lewis Martin's impact is over for now. Ben Holmes has got back out there as Adam Carr takes it in. As Moore waits at dummy half. Goes to the right hand side to McMahon. Here's Gartland into the line, and Gartland's been effective chiming into the line there all afternoon.
Yeah, and I think the halves have gone to the line and created the space for him, and he's exploited it really well, and he looks a threat all the time.
Ben Holmes, 30 out Lancashire. What can they get another one on the board just before the break? As McMahon, here's Gartland into the line again. Gartland with the dummy and go. Can he spin out? He can't. As Jordan Pagger.
I think they might look to run it again. I think they might drag him to. Oh, they've gone short.
Little kick onto the ground, and it's gone into touch. Should be Lancashire head and feet for me. I think the referee's going to say he didn't play it though, and he's given Yorkshire head and feet there. Ooh. Be interesting to see that one again. He's saying the Yorkshire player hasn't played it.
I don't think he's played it, you know, and I think he has been. He's stood up defensively, and I think the kick's gone to him more than he's approached, you know, to the kick. So, you know, probably right decision, I think.
So Yorkshire one last chance before the break. As Ryan Johnson goes from dummy half as Wilcock waits, goes to the right hand side. And not square.
Ben Holmes offside there.
So approaching half time here. At Twist Lane. Must be the last play.
Yeah, it must be.
It's Wilcox's Holroyd's missed it.
Oh,
Somebody's got it. Yeah, Coleman's got it. And that is going to be it. Half time here. At Twist Lane in this Barla Under-19's County Championship match. Lancashire leading by 32 points to 4 on the board. After 4 minutes, didn't take Lancashire long to get going. Ethan Jones in at the corner. 4 minutes later, Brad Holroyd doubled the lead, goaled by Gaz McMahon. Then Yorkshire hit back. The hooker, Eddie Wilcox, scooting over from dummy half, but 2 minutes later, Gaz McMahon with the try converted it himself before a second for Brad Holroyd. Adam Carr with his first touch of the ball after coming on from the bench crashed over before a sixth Lancashire try of that first half coming from another substitute, Lewis Martin. Alan, it's been one-way traffic, hasn't it? Right from the start, Yorkshire knocked on in that first set, deep inside their own half, and they've been pretty much on the back foot ever since. Yeah,
and I just think, you've got to feel for them. You've got to feel for them, and it's difficult when you're defending all the time. When you're defending, it's real difficult, and it has been one-way traffic. I think the only way they change that is the approach. I've mentioned before, Matt, the line speed's got to be better. They've got to put them under pressure.
And Callum Coleman and Gaz McMahon, the Lancashire halfbacks, are directing the boys around the field very well, aren't they?
Yeah, and they're both the England halfbacks, the England Community Lions halfbacks, and you can tell that they have a really good understanding with each other's game, and they're just really organised in what they're doing, and it's standing out.
And from a Yorkshire point of view, Eddie Wilcock, head and shoulders at the moment.
Yeah, best player for me, definitely. And Eddie's played at England level, and you can tell. Can you imagine Eddie in the Lancashire jersey? He'd get a lot more joy than he's getting at the moment, and he's still doing fantastic. So yeah, Eddie's the standout for me for them.
So that's it, half-time here at Twist Lane. Lancashire leading by 32 points to 4. Stay with us, we'll be back with the second half shortly. Welcome back to Twist Lane here on the Our League app. It's the Barla Three Counties County Championship under 19s, half-time. Lancashire 32 points to 4 ahead against Yorkshire, 6 tries to 1 so far. Matt Horton and Alan Coleman here with you this afternoon as we get underway for the second half, and it will be Lancashire in white playing from left to right who will have first use of the football, and that is Adam Carr with the first carry. So what do you think the message has been? Well, what if you were the Yorkshire coach, what you've been saying in that?
I think they need to be more aggressive. I think they need to be more hungrier. Line speed, we've spoken about it. I think they've got to get all them in, especially, and then ball in hand, they've got to be a little bit more adventurous as well, Matt. I think they're settling for just basic plays. Where you break a team like Lancashire, you've got to look to exploit it and play a bit of attractive rugby.
As Louis Brogan again makes good meters, and in the Red Rose sheds, it'd be a positive message, wouldn't it?
Yeah, stick to what they're doing well. Everything they've done so far has worked, so it's important to stick to what they're doing.
So Lancashire will complete their first set. Kieran Moore at dummy half on that last tackle. Here is McMahon with the kick as it's fielded by Ryan Johnson from Hull-Wyke. And, well, let's see if Yorkshire have had the message at half-time.
And it's the start, Matt. You spoke about it in the first half. The start wasn't great from it. Put them on the right back foot straight away. So it's how they start this half. Really important. Good carry.
Good carry.
Great carry.
Running alone though. It's the first decent carry from Yorkshire we've seen in most of the game. George Hurst with it as they'll go to the short side. Good hit right down below us from Kieran Taylor on Connor Pavitt.
Good start so far from them. They've carried a lot stronger, and the go forward's been much better. So, hopefully if they continue that, we're in for a better second half from them.
A decent kick as well with the chase as Gartland at full back will
collect. Matt, I forgot to just say that. They've changed the Gartland. They've put Josh Rourke on, and they've brought Lewis Gartland off. Josh is a full back, half back as well, so they're looking to change that area now.
Good spot. It's Ben Holmes with the carry then. Gets 10 short of halfway. Matty McGowan's come off second best from that hit down below us a few moments ago, and he's been replaced as well.
Maybe Yorkshire need to pull a man down to the bottom half, I think, to split the defence, looking to play again.
As Kieran Moore will play it back on the inside. Oh, it's been put down by Brogan, and Yorkshire will get the ball on halfway. A message there. Oh, that's forward. A little bit. To George Hurst. And penalty it's going to be in the middle of the ruck. It's the one thing Yorkshire are winning this afternoon, the penalty count. 5-3 in their favour so far.
Is that what it is now? You know, and this happened last week when we did the Lancashire-Cumbria game. Lancashire started fantastic first half, second half, discipline cost them, and Cumbria come right back in the game. So, you know, if they don't learn from that, they'll be in the same situation, I think.
And at least the weather's a lot better than last week, as True Judge Clark goes for Yorkshire. 18 out, 20 in from that right-hand side here at Twist Lane, as they'll go short to Hanforth. Wilcox at dummy half to Pagger. Here is Howe gets it to Hurst, and Hurst is a couple short of the line. Keep an eye on Eddie Wilcox here for going. He's going to go short instead to Nicholson.
He's the guy who's going to cause him problems, Wilcox. You know, he's probing all the time.
As Yorkshire look to go through hands. Here is Judge
there's an error.
Clark again, and he's lost it. And Lancashire will survive. And it's Brandon Wood who will bring it away. But positive start from the White Rose in this second half.
Yeah, you know, and they've coped with that defensively. There's a guy down in the back, hopefully he's okay there. Physio's going on. Yeah, defensively they've been good. They've taught really well. I think Yorkshire just have to throw a little bit more at them. I think they've got to ask more questions when they, especially in good areas like they've just been in.
And it could also be quite easy for Lancashire to know they're 28 points in front, to just literally say, we've won this, we'll just complete our sets, put the kick in the corner, complete sets and put the kick in the corner. But they're still going to try and look to entertain a decent crowd here, aren't they? Yeah,
and they will do. You know, like I said before, they've got a lot of quality within the side, and they only know one thing, and that's to throw the ball around. They're not a side who'll just be happy that they'll look to rackle more points up.
So you're missing nothing here at Twist Lane at the moment. Well, we'll just have
fingers crossed the guy's okay there.
So we'll just have a quick look ahead to the action later. The open age game at 3 o'clock, where Yorkshire currently top of the table after their 14-12 win over Cumbria in week 1. The open age Lancashire side went down 16-14 last week up at Millham in some pretty horrendous weather conditions, and it's going to be a huge game, isn't it, at 3 o'clock, Alan? It's really, if you're watching now, we heartily recommend you stick around for the second game, because that is going to be, should be, fingers crossed, touch wood and everything else, a tight contest.
Yeah, and I think you'll see a lot from that game. You know, you've two counties there desperate to win it. You know, I know Yorkshire don't want to let it go. Lancashire want to get it back. I know Yorkshire's a few missing with the Barla tour. But yeah, I think it'll have everything. I think it'll have the old bish bash and a lot of people who want to prove a point.
That's the Yorkshire captain, Jordan Bull from Lock Lane, who's being helped from the pitch at the moment. He's heading straight for the sheds as well, so let's hope it's not too serious.
He's a good kid, Jordan. Coach Jordan as well at England. He's a fantastic kid, great attitude. So hopefully he's okay.
So 32-4 Lancashire lead here on the Our League app, as Ethan Jones in off the wing to help out, as the Lancashire captain Louis Brogan is 15 short of halfway. More at dummy half to McMahon.
See what they're doing really well, Lancashire. They're getting to that certain region of the field where they're at now, and they can go short or open, and it's very hard defensively to number up, and they've done it again. It's a difficult part of the field to defend from. You don't need to put 4 on the short side or 3 at times, and I think Lancashire's, that's their strength.
Last tackle, Kieran Moore with the kick, finds the gap behind James Walker and Ryan Johnson, and it's Johnson who will take control, and keep him here is the cry from the Lancashire bench.
Yeah, I think when Yorkshire are there, Lancashire, it's a good thing for Lancashire. So yeah, like the coach just said, it's important they try to keep them down this end of the field.
Big hit on Connor Pavitt.
Derby's in the action again. He's been a good guy today, Derby. I know he's had a bit of a rest, but his work rate's very, very good.
So Yorkshire 5 short of halfway as Jordan Pagger at dummy half. Here is
Nice.
Howe. Got to the edge. Looks to get through the gap, does Ryan Johnson. And that's
Nice. An error. Great defending there.
It's great defending.
He's gone, Brad Holroyd. He's gone.
Brad Holroyd.
He's gone.
On a hat-trick, Brad Holroyd. Only one to beat. Looks to put the paw on. And it's a great cover from Ben Howe. Lancashire on the front foot here as they'll come to this right-hand side with Crompton. Crompton dummies. Oh, offload. Somebody needs to react. And it's Adam Carr who reacts. Moore at dummy half. Goes to that left-hand side. Here is Holmes, and Holmes will just settle things down. That's what Lancashire need at this moment, as Kieran Moore at dummy half goes to that left-hand side to Gartland as McMahon pops it up.
Yeah,
great
great
run,
ball.
great
line, fantastic line.
Great line, great try for Lancashire. And it's Brandon Wood with the try for Lancashire. First one of that second half. All come from the error down here. And Lancashire put the foot on the throat. Don't give Yorkshire that chance to get reorganised. And it's the 7th try of the afternoon.
It's going to be real difficult, I think, now for Yorkshire, you know, and it was important they got the first score of the half, and unfortunately they haven't. You know, and it's going to be real difficult to get themselves back into this game now.
Could get messy this, couldn't it?
Yeah, certainly could. Like we've just spoke, I don't think Lancashire are here for ease up now and take the game. I think they're looking to push and score more points.
So that little reorganisation for Lancashire that's happened at half-time then, so...
They've just made a change as well, Matt. I think they brought Coleman off. I think he's had a bit of a knock there, and they brought Gartland, who can play half as well, so they put Gartland to half with McMahon.
And Josh Rourke running at full-back now. So here is McMahon then with the conversion attempt. And sticks the flags up here down at Twist Lane. 38-4 Lancashire lead here now at the moment, coming up to 10 minutes gone in this second half. Josh Yates just going to get warmed up for Lancashire as Yorkshire get us back underway again with Ryan Johnson. Another kick-off bounced, and
they were lucky there, to be honest. We're very lucky.
That's been a story of the afternoon, hasn't it?
Yeah.
So far.
You know, as everyone knows, that ball can go anywhere, so it's important you get it first time if you can.
So Lancashire then just over their own 20 as Moore at dummy half. Here is McMahon. Big gap for Brandon
there
Wood.
on his shoulder.
Gartland's on the inside.
2 in 2 minutes for Lancashire.
He's going to get over. 50 minutes on the clock. Lewis Gartland gets over on the black dot. And Lancashire are tearing Yorkshire apart at the moment. It's 42 points to 4 in favour of the Red Rose, and that's about as simple a try as you get. Great line again from Brandon Wood. Got it for his try, and there turns creator. Yeah,
great push as well. Great support from Gartland, and if you're looking at the Yorkshire team now, Matt, there's a lot of heads going down, and it's a difficult job for Martin, the coach. I think it's got to be real difficult for him to try to get these boys' heads back up. And with Spoke, it could become a bit of a rout if they're not careful.
Robbie Powell looking to get out there for Yorkshire at the moment. Still no sign of the Yorkshire open edge side at the moment.
There's a coach there, Matt.
Could be, yeah.
That could be them, but it's facing the wrong way, so unless they've missed the turn.
As McMahon sticks the flags up here at Twist Lane, 44-4. Lancashire lead at the moment, and as things stand, They will be picking the silverware up at the end of the game here this afternoon, after that win up at Millom last Saturday by 32 points to 22. And you mentioned, Alan, that last Saturday the second half was a little disappointing, and certainly not been the case so far.
No, and like we said, I think they've learned the lesson. You know, you can't take things for granted, especially at this kind of level. So what they've done is they said to themselves, we've got to work harder, and they are doing. If anything, they've started better this half than in the first half.
As the Red Rose then midway inside their own half, as Yates at dummy half gets it to Adam Carr, and Carr is 10 short of halfway. As Yates at dummy half pops it up to Ben Holmes, and Holmes just gets inside.
Got it, Stoll. Great read by the Yorkshire kid there.
So Yorkshire get the ball on halfway. Charlie Hanforth with the carry, and the line speed incredible from Lancashire's. Wilcox at dummy half goes down.
They look hungry, Matt. They Lancashire look hungrier than they have done, and they're winning with 40 points. It's credit to them.
Down that right hand side to Mark Sellers, as Owen Brock gets back out there, as Wilcox tries to pinch a few from dummy half, but having none of it. Here is Pagger, and Pagger will drop it off to Declan Nicholson. As on the last tackle, as Pagger puts the kick across. It's gone
too long,
round the back of Brad Holroyd. It's gone too far. 20-metre restart, and the first 7 tackle set of the game.
Oh, the ref's down as well, Matt. As we speak, the ref's over.
Everybody loves the ref going down. Time off call. There's a Yorkshire player down as well. Now, did we get the ref? We didn't get the ref.
We didn't get the ref, unfortunately. You didn't see it, guys, but as Matt said, everybody likes a little tumble by the man in the middle.
Now, I'm not suggesting anything here, Alan, but it's very convenient to get injured at a 20-metre restart, isn't it? Especially when there's a chance of a quick restart.
Yes, certainly is. But, you know, it shows that some of these young kids have got a bit of a
watching Super League too much.
Yeah.
No, let's not disguise it. As Lancs then get 10 short of halfway. There's Adam Carr, fuller running, gets a couple inside the Yorkshire halfers. Yates at dummy half. Goes to this left-hand side. Big dummy. Big dummy.
Is it rope? Yeah.
Kick back on the inside. McMahon might be offside. Oh, and it's been knocked on. Chance has gone. And Lancashire missed the chance to get 50 on the board.
Quick restart. I don't think Lancashire had the brains, Matt, to get somebody injured. Oh, handbags are out.
Here we go. Ben Holmes. Yeah, offside penalties on the 20-metre line.
I think he's had a good game, the ref.
Yeah.
I think he's been very consistent in all his decisions, and he's made a rule, and the boys have followed it. So yeah, I think we don't get enough applause these days, the refs, and I think he's had a real good game.
Powerful carry from George Hurst. As here come Yorkshire now with Luke Whittaker, and he gets 10 inside the Lancashire half, and Wilcock at dummy half to the right to Pagger, drops it off to Declan Nicholson. 30 out. The right hand side to Owen Brock this time.
There's a few niggles started coming game now, and hopefully that it doesn't carry on. We just want to keep the game flowing if we can.
Pagger tries to take the line on, gets it away though. I think he was tackled as he kicked it.
He's going to give the penalty.
He's going to give the penalty here. I think that were a 50-51, don't you?
Yeah, I think when a defender's committed to the line as such, there on a kick, it's difficult to pull yourself out of it. But you know, like I said, saying it again, the ref's been very
That's a big hit. Heard
very
that
good
one.
on his decisions.
There's Yorkshire right on the Lancashire line. It's been kicked forward by Jordan Paggett. Second tackle. It's going to be a 7 tackle set for Lancashire, and going to get on with it quickly as Rourke gets it to Gartland.
Josh Yates has come back at 9, and,
Yep.
and the Kieran Moore stayed on the field. He's playing more of a 13 role now, which he can do. So I think Lancashire's rested a couple of the big guys, and they'll look to put them on in the last 15.
So that's Josh Rourke in 6 out there, isn't it? As
Yes, Josh Rourke, yeah.
Gartland then to McMahon. Long ball.
Oh, maybe not need to cut the men out there. You know, they have numbers. So
Ethan Jones collects, and Ethan Jones gets it back inside to Brandon Wood, who do well to stay on the island. As to McMahon. Here is Ben Holmes. 12 out on the last tackle.
short side, they look to short side. Clever
Got
play
numbers
from the
here.
9.
Here is Jones.
Don't need to miss
got the
men out
dummy,
again.
and it's gone into touch. Chance has gone on that last tackle. Good slide defence from Yorkshire, but maybe through the hands rather than the miss pass.
Definitely for me. Twice they've done it in that set. They've missed 2-3 men out. You know, Yorkshire's only 2 defenders. It's easy to scramble across and get that extra man. So, they need to read it better than that in them chances.
Yorkshire again at the wrong end of the field, looking to get Charlie Hanforth back out there. Coming up to the midpoint of this second half here, 44-4 Lancashire lead, as James Walker will play it to Wilcox.
Nice defending from Crompton there.
Wilcox tries the short side. Here's George Hurst. Good run from George Hurst. As Wilcox on the last tackle. That's poor, to be fair.
Not great, that.
Straight down the throat of Lewis Rourke. And
Great return.
looks to get to the edge, gets it away to Ethan Jones down that left-hand side and stays in the field of play. And it's that confidence, isn't it, now?
Yeah, they're looking, they're tipping, they're passing, they're looking to play all the time, their heads are up. So Yorkshire need to be aware of that, I think.
As McMahon gets it away to Derby.
He's been good today, Harry
Yes.
Derby. Very good. His carries and his go forward have been immense for the Lancashire side.
I'm glad I'm not picking a man of the match anyway, as McMahon gets it away. That's a tough job today, isn't it?
It is, yeah, it is. And you know what? We see all this nice play from the halves and from the pivots.
Oh, it's been put
people
down.
don't recognise the middlemen. They get you the yardage,
By
they get you
Ethan
in the
Jones.
areas.
Put down by Ethan Jones, so another chance goes begging for Lancashire. Hey, don't forget, 3 o'clock, it's the open age decider between Lancashire and Yorkshire. As we pack this scrum 10 away from the line. You're watching here on the Our League app. It's George Hurst with that carry as the fullback Ryan Johnson. It's a decent carry from Ryan Johnson. Gets 10 short of halfway as Wilcox dummy half.
He's trying,
Brock.
Wilcott, he's trying to get these forwards going forward, and he's working damn hard at the back of that ruck to get them on the front foot and get them going forward. And we've got a feel for the guy today, I think.
Mark Sellers. 10 inside. The Lancashire half, and
There we go.
Wilcox spots only one marker and looks to jump, but Josh Yates aware of that one. Last tackle for Yorkshire. It's going to be Ben Howe with the kicking duties. Goes cross field, pressure on, great take, and done well to stay in the
Great
field
kick.
of play there.
Took it very,
as
very
Brad
well.
Holroyd
Brad's been good today. Brad's been real good today.
took his 2 tries well as well. As Lewis Martin looks to get out there for Would you say a cameo from Lewis Martin? Would that be fair?
Yeah, he'll probably come on and he'll probably get over whitewash again, Lewis, knowing Lewis.
Error from Lancashire has given Yorkshire the scrum 10 out. Not giving up these White Rose boys at the moment.
Big error there, big error from Lancashire. You know, they're under pressure again now, and it'll be interesting to see what Yorkshire throw at them, to be honest. They've got to ask questions, they've got to throw the ball about a bit, you know, not be one-dimensional.
So Yorkshire get this scrum 10 out. Feet gone. Feet cold now. Yeah.
I don't think this microphone what's called, Matt.
Johnson tries to find the gap in that Lancashire. Oh, good offload. Gets it back to Judge Clark. As Wilcock at dummy half. Paggott has to stop and go. He's got through a couple, keeps going, and he's in.
Yeah, well done. Great try. Took it well. Deserved it. You know, and we spoke before, Matt. We spoke before about errors, and they've come up with one there, and they've got rewards from it. So Lancashire need to be careful with that.
Jordan Paggott with the try for Yorkshire. And it's a reward for persistence.
Certainly is.
Jordan Paggott from the Mould Green Club in Huddersfield. Converging attempt from Ben Howe is successful here at Twist Lane, so Lancashire leading by 44 points to 10. Around about 17 minutes left here at Twist Lane.
You know what, it's great to see. You know, many teams would just give up and crumble, and you know what, fair credit to Yorkshire there, they've come back. You know, they've got an opportunity and they've took it. You know, it'd be great now if we saw a little bit more from them now, and they got something else, and then it makes it a little bit interesting for how Lancashire respond to that.
So Yorkshire on the board with the second try of the afternoon then. Here's James Walker. As Wilcock waits at dummy half. Not seen him go 2 out so far this afternoon. That's something else a little bit different.
Yeah, you know, I think if they did more of that, the score wouldn't be the score it is at the moment. I think if they league to play, the last questions are Lancashire. They've got to do it more.
Wilcock took dummy half to the left, dropped it off to Ben Howe. Ben Howe's grounded 5 inside on the last tackle as Wilcock gets it to Jordan Paggott, and Brandon Moore's run out of the line. He's got
great read by the centre there. Put the half under real pressure.
As Josh Yates brings it in. Good pressure though, wasn't it?
We've lost another half back now. Gatland's come off, Coleman's come off. We're down to 1 half back now, so interesting to see how long she play this game now at the end.
Louis Brogan gets out there. Here is Adam Carr. As Kieran Moore gets into dummy half. Here is McMahon. Here is Josh Rourke, and will he have to take on some of the half-back duties maybe? Maybe
so. I think what they'll do is, I think Josh Yates the 9. I think he'll go as a half. He has played half. Then Kieran Moore go back in. He was playing loose, he'll go back to 9, and Brogan's come on in the middle for him.
And that looks like what's happened already. As McMahon with the crossfield kick looking for Holroyd, gets it back in field. It's been knocked on at the second attempt.
See for me, Matt, there. I wouldn't kick. I think when they've run at them and played at them, they've caused problems, and I just don't think they need to do that.
Lancashire have got the scrum here.
Yeah, I don't know why.
No, I don't either. Collects and trying to steal the ball one-on-one there is Charlie Hanforth, but the Lancashire captain Louis Brogan hangs on, and the Red Rose have the ball back as Kieran Moore jumps from dummy half. Penalty. First one Lancashire had the second half.
And it puts them in a good area. They're going to take 10, I think. And it put them in a really good area. Yorkshire's defending again in their own yardage, so it'll be interesting to see if Lancashire can complete a set. At the moment, they've not completed much for the last 4 or 5.
Around about 12 minutes left here at Twist Lane. As Kieran Moore gets us back underway. Here is Lewis Martin, one of the try scorers this afternoon, and didn't get back to his feet, did he? Technically, he's not got back to his feet, has he?
No.
He's fallen forward and thrown the ball behind him.
He's got to stand up and play the ball. He didn't stand up. The referee's
Touch judge is right.
Yeah,
touch judge is right as
the
well.
referee's right.
So Yorkshire, ball back in hand again. As Ryan Johnson goes from dummy half.
Oh, lucky there. Very lucky there.
Gets it away to Connor Paver. And he's going to be wrapped up on halfway. As Wilcock at dummy half. Gets it in field to Owen Brock, and Wilcock at dummy half. Short side, it's on. Good read from George Hurst. Good run.
Great line. Great line.
As Brogan gets involved, and Yorkshire definitely found a bit of a second wind here as Wilcock from dummy half. 1 try already. Can he double up? He can't. He's held on the line. Last tackle as Powell at dummy half. Gets it to Howan. It's in a world of trouble here. He's got it away. It's come off feet and somebody's offside, and it's going to be a penalty to Yorkshire. He's got it right.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, right call. It's an accidental offside kind of thing.
Yeah, it'd be a scrum rather than a penalty for mine. He's given a penalty.
Oh, he's given a penalty.
(8-4) penalty count in favour of Yorkshire. And the White Rose are going to have a roll as Pagger gets it to Johnson. Good hit on Judge Clark. Here's George Hurst, who's impressed George Hurst since coming on. Put some powerful runs in.
Yeah, he's been good for them. Also the 15.
Half.
The 15 for Yorkshire's been good. He's hit quite a couple of good lines as well.
As Eddie Wilcock tries to squeeze his way through and find a gap, but the door is shut as Howe drops it onto the boot. It's a good kick that, and well watched.
Yeah, I think he tried I think one of the Yorkshire kids tried to get a BAFTA then for that, but it didn't work for him.
Third 7 tackle set of the half for Lancashire. 44-10 their lead here.
It's just gone a little bit flat, you know. They've stopped playing. I think they've lost all the shape, and I think they're just trying to see the game out now. And I didn't think they'd have done that. Nice, Kieran Moore.
Kieran Moore jumps from dummy half. As Yates now goes to the left-hand side to McMahon. McMahon's lost that. And play on is the call. Think the fact that there's 2 of the Lancashire halfbacks stood in front of us isn't helping either?
No, I know. They've obviously, you know, Coleman's gone off, Gartland's gone off, and in the first half they was behind a lot of the good things what Lancashire did. So unfortunately, both injured. It's difficult, but you know, Gary's out there and Josh is there. I've no doubt they can sort it. They just need a little bit more discipline.
5th penalty of the half for Yorkshire.
And like I said to you, Matt, before, this happened in Cumbria, and it did, and I think they give something like 8 or 10 in the second half, and it was very costly for them. I think the game's too late to come back to personally, but you know, they need to be better.
As Judge Clark takes it in, it's a great carry. 7 to go here at Twist Lane as Owen Brock takes it in on the 20-metre line. They're lined up to this left-hand side. It comes this way with Pagger. Here is Powell. Powell to Johnson. Johnson out to the winger. James
Walker there again.
Cuts back inside. It's Connor Pava at dummy half. Here is George Hurst, and Hurst for the line. His efforts,
he's very strong.
Could be rewarded with a try. He's held just short. As Powell waits at dummy half. Powell's going to go on his own, and that's great D from Josh Broke there. I think he wants him to go back to the 10. He's ruled him up, held up over the line.
Yeah.
Last tackle for Yorkshire as well. As Brock at dummy half. Good little kick, great hands from Louis Brogan and Lancashire survive, and I think everybody
great
stops
stuff, Brogan.
Gets to an edge.
Got the ball as well.
To Ethan Jones. Still that little bit of confidence in there, isn't there?
Yeah. I think he's been good for Lancashire, Brandon Wood.
Yep.
His carries have been real strong, and he's scored, and he's had a good afternoon, Brandon, today.
There's Kieran Taylor now. Gets to halfway. There's McMahon out the back. It does look like that Josh Yates has gone into the hole. Oh, it's been intercepted. Intercepted.
They're not going to catch him.
By James Walker, and James Walker is going to get one back for Yorkshire. It's a great cover back from Kieran Moore to cut the angle off, but James Walker with the interception gets a third Yorkshire try of the afternoon.
Yeah, and you know what, they're looking probably in the corner then to overplay, and we spoke before, Matt, about missing players out. He's looked to miss the man out again, and they've read it, and they've got the rewards from it. I just don't think they need to miss men out. You know, you create space by using your numbers and using your players, and unfortunately they're not doing that, and the score's suggesting that, because what we've gone 25 minutes without Lancashire even scoring a point.
Yes, 25 minutes, yeah. So 44-14 here now.
Just under 5 minutes to go, I believe.
Open edge boys just warming up.
Let's just hope the Yorkshire boys can get hit with the traffic.
Let's just hope the Yorkshire lads are here with the traffic.
Not seen them though, Matt. Definitely not seen them. Yeah.
Ben Howe then with this conversion attempt. And it's successful, sticks the flags up here. Takes it to Lancashire 44, Yorkshire 16 here. On the hour league app, we aren't a million miles away from the main event here this afternoon. 30 minutes to go for the open age decider.
I think the Lancashire boys are waiting for the champagne on ice shortly. I think they're thinking about that.
And it's the end of a long season.
Yeah. You know, and some of these guys are playing open age rugby and youth rugby, so they're doubling up every week, Saturdays and Sundays, and you know it does take its toll, and have a nice rest now and look forward to the pre-season.
Which I presume will be after Christmas.
Yes. Well, I know Lee Miners that they start in December, so it's not much of a turnout for some of them.
But you think about some professional clubs are already back and have already been back. Some have been back 2 weeks already.
Yeah.
And
definitely.
I think Ryan Johnson, sorry, is going to be called held. He is, and they'll play the ball. Again, trying this side, and it's another break. Good ball Inside pass. Oh, he's put down by Robbie Powell. Chance is gone. Referee. Wasn't really an advantage, was there?
Do you know what? Fair place to Yorkshire, Matt. They've not given up one bit, and they're still asking questions. They're still going at them, and it's great to see.
Ball's been dropped by Ben Holmes.
It's not been a great half from Lancashire this half. I think they did the damage in the first half, to be honest, but it's not been a
yeah. The second half's not lived up to the first half, has it?
No, certainly not. And you know, like I said, but Yorkshire's certainly been the best team this half for me.
Well, the last 20 minutes, first 10 minutes.
Yeah.
Not. So, have Yorkshire got a fourth try up the sleeve as we wind down the clock here at Twist Lane inside the last few minutes? Here's Declan Nicholson. As cock at dummy half, gets it to Powell. Powell puts a little kick over the top, and that man, Brad Holroyd,
he's been good.
Again,
he's been good today.
It's going to be
not just scoring tries, but stopping tries as well. He's had a great game. We're into stoppage time, I believe now, Matt. So you know, this could be the last set of the game.
Goal line dropout from Lewis Roke is fielded by Robbie Powell. It's Howard dummy half to Declan Nicholson. Another Yorkshire try would just be more consolation for them at the moment as Owen Brock takes it in. He's been quite good for Yorkshire, Owen Brock.
Yeah, he's had a good game. He's run hard and he's got his guys going forward.
As Howe gets it to Powell.
They start to throw the ball around.
They're in again, and they've scored. It's the fourth try, and it's Connor Pava from Feb Lions who's got
spoke
over.
Before, Matt, about them being more adventurous, and they've thrown the ball about, and it's just showed when they do it, they can cause problems.
And if you think about this second half, Yorkshire they've won this second half, haven't they? Now it was 12-all second half. That's 16-12 to Yorkshire in this second half so far.
I just think they've, like you said, Matt, probably the last 20 more than anything. But they've been adventurous and played, and it's worked. Really has worked for them. They've looked really good at times.
Must be time for kick-off.
This could be the last kick of the game, depending on time. I don't know how long the referee's got left. But we're finding that's time on this end, aren't we? So
1 minute.
1 minute, is it?
The trainer's just signalled 1 minute.
Oh, 1 minute. Okay.
We did have an injury to the Yorkshire captain, Jordan Bull, earlier. It's a good effort. It's just going to drift this side of the post here at Twist Lane. Then 44-20 Lancashire lead here in this under-19s Three Counties Championship game. "1 minute," says our referee.
So they get one more chance. Can they get another try? You look over there, and just before we start, the Lancashire open age are warming up, but they could be waiting quite a while because
we think so. Yeah, we don't. It's got to be the Yorkshire coach that's over there, isn't it?
Oh, it's a warm-up broken down. It's not moved for 25 minutes.
So Yorkshire's last chance then of this game. We're inside the last minute here at Twist Lane.
You know what? They brought themselves back in game, and for credit, they've got 20 points on the board. And personally, I wouldn't have thought they'd have got that after the first 10 minutes of the second half.
I won't tell everybody what you were saying at half time off camera. As Ryan Johnson goes from dummy half. You thought they were going to reach a certain number, didn't you?
Yes.
To be fair, and I wouldn't have argued with you.
I'm wrong on that again.
And I wouldn't have argued with you, to be honest. But fair credit to these Yorkshire boys. They've dug in this second half. As Powell from Alton takes it on, and that's going to be it. Full time here at Twist Lane, and Lancashire are the winners of the Barla Three Counties Championship at under-19 level for 2018. 32 points to 4 up at half time, 6 tries in that first half. They were on the board with 4 minutes gone. Ethan Jones in at the corner, Brad Holroyd with a couple in that first half, Gaz McMahon chipping in with 1, and 2 of the substitutes, Adam Carr and Lewis Martin, both crossing. 4 goals from McMahon, giving Lancashire their 32 points. Yorkshire hitting back through the hooker Eddie Wilcock, and then 2 tries in 2 minutes basically blew this game apart after half time for Lancashire. Lewis Gartland getting the second one, Brandon Wood getting the first one, McMahon goaling both, but Yorkshire hit back inside the last 15 minutes with 3 tries. Jordan Pagger with the first one, James Walker with the second one, and then Connor Pava just before the end of the game. A couple of goals for Ben Howe in all of that. 44-20, Lancashire the winners, and it's that first half performance where they just blew Yorkshire away, didn't they? Yeah,
and you know what, it was really important, I think, for Lancashire to get them a couple of tries, what we spoke about, because if they hadn't done and Yorkshire would have started like they finished, it would have got a contest. I think what affected Lancashire, to be honest, is losing a couple of halves. It really affected the game and how they played, but they saw it through. I think best team on the day certainly was Lancashire, but third place to Yorkshire, they come right back at them.
So that's game 1 here at Twist Lane. Don't forget, coming up very, very soon, around 3 o'clock, it is the decider in the Barla Three Counties Open Age Championship. Either Yorkshire or Lancashire could win the title here at Twist Lane this afternoon. Me and Alan will be back for that one, and we will see you in around 25 minutes time.